Cody's nose is a mystery to us all. He's been making videos for 3 straight years now, and his nose has been crooked in every single one of them. So we decided to dive deeper, try to find out why his nose is so crooked. Why doesn't he have a straight nose?
My name's Isaiah. I'm the resident assistant here at apartment 411. Yeah, I'm one of Cody's roommates. Alright, so yeah, this is where Cody lives, apartment 411 with his 5 roommates. So yeah, let's check it out. He's his roommate right here, Seth.
Yeah, I've known Cody my whole life, but I started rooming with him in August of 2018.
I've been working all the time, but...
So yeah, this is Cody and Seth's room. I think this is Seth's side, Cody's side. Yeah, so this is where, this is a double room, so we'll go check out the other one. So this is Matthew and Jackson's room.
I first met Cody in August of 2018 when I moved into college.
That's the other double. The best room in the pod, the single. This is my room. Yeah, this we set up. And then the last single, last roommate, Dylan, crackhead.
See, I had just moved into the apartment this year, and the first person I actually met was Cody, you know what I'm saying?
And this is the other single of the pod.
Hey, now shall enter ever.
He's so weird.
He looked funny, real funny at first, so I had asked him, dude, what's wrong with your nose? That thing been up, something like that. He had just responded like, he wouldn't even respond to me like that, you know what I'm saying? He was beating around the bush and you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I don't know why he did all that.
Yeah, the first time I noticed Cody's nose was when we moved in, and ever since that day I just can't unsee it. Every time I look at him I just see his nose on the side of his face.
First time I noticed Cody's creep nose, I was scrolling through Instagram and I was like, dang, this boy's nose is on the side of his face. And then I met him in person and his nose was really on the side of his face.
First time I noticed his nose was the summer before we moved in together when I followed him on Instagram. I noticed something off, but I didn't notice the nose until I finally met him. He walked into my room because my family and my roommate's family were already there moving in, and we had the most awkward moment ever. I thought he was gonna hug me, and then we both went in for the hug, but then we both were like, should we not? And as I was going out, I kind of looked and I was like, his nose does this. It's like, that's not right. Like, why is it like this?
So I've never really asked Cody about his nose, but I've heard a few stories going around. One I believe most is when he was 12, he ran into an elementary school that was on fire. He came out, saved like 13 kindergartners, had him on his shoulders. I just know he broke a few bones, including his nose. I think he recovered well, but I just know about the broken nose.
So the story's told that Cody broke his nose because he was at a family bowling trip. He was going into the 10th frame, and he was faced with his biggest problem of the night, the sour apple.
What?
A 5-7-10 split, bro. You never heard of that? Well, anyways, sorry. He went for a smaller ball because that's what you do to perform this trick of the sour apple. And as he sticks his fingers in, he knows it's a little tight, but he thought he could get it done. So he rears back, he swings with all his might, and the ball is stuck on his fingers and it actually smacks him in the nose. And that's how Cody's nose is on the side of his face.
During move-in weekend, I asked and I heard a rumor that while he was in high school, he went to some party with some friends and they were skinny dipping, and he decided he was gonna go head first off a 120 foot cliff, and whenever he hit the water, nose first went
The real story was he was on the back of a tube at the river and he had got slung off into a dock, and he hit his head real bad, just flakes planted against the thing. Now his nose touched his left cheek, you know? Something like that.
Cody's roommates had very differing opinions on the matter. No two stories were alike, and we didn't know what was the truth and what wasn't. So we decided to dive deeper in the matter and interview some of Cody's family members.
Hey, I'm Jared Boyd. I'm Cody Boyd's brother. The story about his nose is when I was 9 years old, that would make Cody 11. I just destroyed him in a one-on-one game, backyard basketball. He got really upset and jumped on top of me and just started throwing haymakers, as he called them, but to me it felt like just flicks or like wind brushing against me. I couldn't tell if it was him throwing punches or a gust of wind just hitting me in the face. Anyways, when he was doing that, I pushed him off, and when I pushed him off, of course, he fell like 20 feet back. I mean, he couldn't handle the resistance. So basically, what happened was I pushed him 20 feet, and when I pushed him, he came back charging at me, and with my right hand, I just slapped him right on the face, and ever since, his nose has been pointed that way.
I'm Jackson, Cody's older cousin. Cody broke his nose when he and Jarrett were, for Halloween, were in one of those horse costumes. He was the rear end. And when they were running around, Jarrett's butt just whiplashed him in the face, and his nose went sideways, and he broke it. We were 3.
So the first time I noticed Cody's nose was broken was 5 years after the slapping incident. I slapped him so hard that he just never looked at me. So 5 years later, I'm walking down the hallway, and he looks at me in the eyes for the first time in 5 years. And I go, wow, his nose is crooked? But at the same time, I was looking at the fear, the agony, the pain in his eyes. I saw a young broken child, a young broken man. He didn't know what to do. Anyways, yeah, his nose was crooked, and yeah, I guess that gives him a little bit of attention, but you know, he needs it after I'm just such a dominant brother.
The first time I saw Cody's broken nose was a couple days after the Halloween incident. He was actually getting baptized. We were 3. And the pastor dunked him real quick and raised him up like Lion King. And when he did, I just had a perfect view of his face because I was angled, but it looked like his nose was straight. So I walked around. We were 3. I walked around to the center of the church, and I realized his nose was no longer straight, it was sideways. To this day, I don't remember anything before the age of 6, except for Cody's broken nose when he was 3. But since then, it's actually changed sides twice. It went the other way, now it's back normal. Or not normal, but how it was. So.
Cody's relatives were no help, so we had to go to the source himself to find out the truth.
How did my nose become crooked? Alright. The truth is, my nose became crooked because when I